Hello everyone, welcome to the Concept Hacks. So from last two class we have been discussing about the hypophyseal portal system. So we'll continue this chapter. So today we're going to discuss about the basic anatomy of hypothalamus and our pituitary gland. So we have already discussed a little about the hypothalamus. Our main prime focus will be today the anterior and posterior pituitary. So as we know, this our pituitary gland is connected to our hypothalamus through a infundibulum, and that this is the infundibulum. This part is called infundibulum. This is called infundibulum, which connects our hypothalamus and pituitary gland. This is our hypothalamus, and this is pituitary gland. So our pituitary gland, we have two structure. One is anterior pituitary, another one is posterior pituitary. So in our anterior pituitary, we have two different parts. In our anterior pituitary, we have two parts. One is called pars distalis and another one is called pars intermedia. In our case of our posterior pituitary, we have only one gland. This is called pars nervosa. So what is the name of this one? This structure, this anterior pituitary, and this is our posterior pituitary. What is the name of our anterior pituitary? We can also call it as adenohypophysis. This is called anterior pituitary. We can also call it as anterior pituitary. It has two parts. One part which is called pars distalis and pars intermedia, and here the green circle in case of our neurohypophysis. This is called neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis is called our anterior pituitary and neurohypophysis our posterior pituitary, and both are commonly called as pituitary gland. So in case of our adenohypophysis, we have two different parts. One is called pars distalis, another one is called pars intermedia. So why it is anterior? Because this is the front side of that person, this is the back side of that person, this is the back side, this is the face side part, face side part, this is the back side part. That's why it's the anterior pituitary. In our anterior pituitary, we have two parts. One is pars distalis, this is pars distalis, and this is pars intermedia. So what is the first name? This is called pars distalis, and this part is called pars intermedia. You can also remember this term as it is between the middle portion of our both the other glands, like this one, pars nervosa or pars distalis. As our intermedia is present in between our pars distalis and pars nervosa, that's why you can also remember the names as like it's a pars intermedia, media or medium in between it is present. That's why it's the, you can remember these names like this way. And this is the green one which is present at the posterior pituitary. The name of this one, you can call it as, name of this gland is called pars nervosa. It's the pars nervosa. So what we are discussing currently right now at this point, this is the hypothalamus, this is infundibulum. Now you know what is the primary plexus. Here is this. Now what is the secondary plexus? What is anterior hypophyseal vein? What is the posterior hypophyseal vein? And superior hypophyseal artery, inferior hypophyseal artery. You know all these things. Okay, we are not going to discuss the venous circulations or blood circulation over here. We are just discussing about the detailed anatomy of anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Hypothalamus we have already discussed. What are the neurosecretory cells? What is the median eminence? And what is the base? It is present at the base of the encephalon and all of the things. You can refer the second video if you don't know, or I'll put the link in the description. You can click there and directly go to that video. So if you haven't go through that video till now, then I'm definitely recommending you to please go to the other two videos before go to this one. So in our discussion, we are currently discussing about that what is the anatomical structure of our pituitary gland. In our pituitary we have anterior pituitary and another one is called posterior pituitary. This both is called combinedly called as pituitary gland. Anterior pituitary because it is present in anteriorly, because this is the face side and this is the back side, that's why it's called the posterior pituitary. So this is the posterior pituitary, this is anterior pituitary, and this is posterior pituitary. Posterior pituitary. So anterior pituitary, and one name is adenohypophysis. Posterior pituitary, another name is neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis is two parts. Number one, pars distalis. Number two, pars intermedia. And in our posterior pituitary, we have only one part, which is called the pars nervosa. Right. Now we have different hormones. Those are secreted from our pars distalis and pars intermedia and pars nervosa. So what are those? So number one hormone which is secreted from our pars distalis, that is the growth hormone. Number one is growth hormone. This is the number one hormone. What is the second hormone? Second hormone is adrenocorticotropin hormone. Adrenocorticotropin hormone. So this is the second hormone. What is the third hormone? What is the name of third hormone? This is the prolactin. Third hormone is prolactin. What is the fourth one? This is called the TSH or thyroid stimulating hormone, or shortly TSH. What is the other different hormones? It secreted lots of hormones. What are the others? Those are LH and FSH. So LH and FSH, they will stimulate our follicles, and LH are responsible for the stimulation of Sertoli cells for the production of testosterones. When we'll discuss the reproductive system of humans, then we'll come to know about the detailed functions of FSH and LH. So these are the basic hormones. Those are secreted by our pars distalis. So what is the number one? This is number two, number three, number 4, number 5, and number 6. So total 6 hormones are secreted by our pars distalis, which is the only one part of our adenohypophysis or anterior pituitary. What is the role of the second one? Pars intermedia. Or pars intermedia will going to secrete one hormone which is called the melanocyte stimulating hormone. So it is called a melanocyte stimulating hormone. Only one hormone it will secrete, our intermedia, pars intermedia. And what is the role of this one? What is the role of our pars nervosa? Our pars nervosa will secrete another two hormones, which is called number one, antidiuretic hormone. This is number one, antidiuretic hormone. And what is the number two? It will release the oxytocin. One by one, we'll come to know about the functioning of each and every hormones and their detailed mechanism. So, from our total pituitary gland, how many hormones are releasing currently? So, number one, growth hormone. Number two, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Number three, prolactin. Number four, LH. Number five, FSH. Number six, thyroid stimulating hormone from pars distillalis. Pars intermedia, melanocyte stimulating hormone. This is the 6 hormones. This is 7 So total 7 hormones are released by our anterior pituitary from the combining both two glands. Then from our pars nervosa or from posterior pituitary, how many hormones? 2. This is the antidiuretic hormone. Another one is oxytocin. Right. So just like our pituitary gland, our hypothalamus also secrete different hormones. Our hypothalamus also secretes different hormones. Number one, which is the releasing hormone. It secretes some releasing hormones which stimulates our pituitary glands to secrete their secretions or their hormones into the secondary plexus. Their releasing hormones are or inhibitory hormones. Another form, inhibitory hormones. So our hypothalamus secrete two types of hormone. Number one, releasing hormones. Number two, inhibitory hormones. Both the hormones are produced by some kind of clusters of neurosecretory cells. Those are present at the base of median eminence. The last class we have discussed all these things. So they will secrete from the neurosecretory cells and they released at the primary plexus by the axonal terminal endocytosis or those fascicles endocytosis, which are coming from the cell body to axon terminal via axon transport, and from the axonal transport during the endocytosis during the exocytosis, those fascicles will get burst and they release their secretion into the primary plexus, and through the primary plexus it will come to the secondary plexus with the help of some portal vein, which is the hypophyseal portal vein, and then those hormones are withdrawn by our anterior pituitary gland, and with response to that hormones, whether it is a releasing or stimulating hormones, which is also called as stimulating hormone. So when those stimulating hormones are received by the cells of our anterior pituitary, then it will withdrawn from the blood circulation and they will produce their own hormone with respect to the hormones received by our anterior pituitary, whether hypothalamus is releasing hormone or it's secreting inhibitory hormone. If it is secreting inhibitory hormones, then what will happen? Our anterior pituitary will receive those inhibitory hormones from the secondary plexus and they'll stop making the other hormones with respect to that signal which is coming from our hypothalamus. So some releasing hormones would be there. So releasing hormones, number one is TRH. What is the full form? TRH, which is the thyroid releasing hormone. So thyroid releasing hormone, basically what will it do? It will stimulate the anterior pituitary to produce the thyroid stimulating hormone. Then that thyroid stimulating hormone will go in our blood circulation. It will go to the thyroid gland and it will produce the thyroxine or tetraiodothyronine, means main thyroid hormones produced in our thyroid gland. So if we go how this basic mechanism work, like hypothalamus, we'll discuss in details. Hypothalamus will secrete TRH, and that TRH will stimulate our anterior pituitary, and that anterior pituitary will synthesize TSH, and then TSH will go to the thyroid gland. It will stimulate the thyroid gland, and that thyroid gland will produce the T3 and T4. So this is the releasing sequence or releasing hormones. How does it work inside the hypothalamic portal system? So what happens if it is a thyroid inhibitory hormone? Hypothalamus will secrete the thyroid inhibitory hormones, then it will deactivate the anterior pituitary, then anterior pituitary will stop making the TSH, and then when it stop making the TSH, then it will not going to activate our thyroid gland and decrease production of T3 and TH. So this is how the sequence works. So this video, what are the different kind of releasing hormones. So one is thyroid releasing hormone, second one is the GnRH. So GnRH is the gonadotropin releasing hormone. So what it will do, GnRH basically release from hypothalamus. It will stimulate the anterior pituitary, then anterior pituitary will increase the production of FSH and LH. So this is how it works, GnRH. Third one is GHRH. This is the growth hormone releasing hormone. So growth hormone releasing hormone, it will act in our anterior pituitary, and growth hormone releasing hormone, which is also released from hypothalamus, then it will act on anterior pituitary, then anterior pituitary will increase the production of growth hormone and the body growth will be there, increase the body growth. So this is the GnRH will be released, GHRH, GnRH will be released, TRH will be released. This is 1, 2, 3. Another hormones, it will also release the inhibitory functions of GHRH. Also it's controlled by somatostatin. So GHRH, what is the another form of GIRH? Growth hormone inhibitory. This is the somatostatin, is the growth hormone inhibitory hormone, GHIH. So somatostatin will decrease the body growth. It will decrease our body growth. So this is the basic mechanism. In the next video we'll continue this lecture. So here we'll one by one I'm going to discuss the TRH. What is the TRH? What is the GnRH? What is the GHRH? What is somatostatin? And prolactin inhibitory hormones is there, prolactin releasing hormone is there. So in these upcoming lectures we'll discuss it. So because this video will become so long, that's why I'm thinking that I'll make another video for the proper discussing about the hypothalamic releasing and inhibitory hormone. So hope you like this video. Thank you.